everybody, I am Nono Mustache Man, and this is my first ever video. And this will be about Battle Brothers. For now, I've got only 3 DLCs out of 5, since I don't have much money. And why do I want to record exactly this game? Well, I don't know. I just like strategies. If by any chance you're new at this game and want to learn, I suggest watching other players play, because I myself are not let's say best at it, but if you want to just watch for entertainment, then go ahead. Maybe we both can learn something new. There's many ways to start our journey. There's tutorial as already being in campaign, or brand new, or hell, traders. Well, I don't know, for simplicity, for now we're gonna use just a regular one. A brand new bad company. After years of blooding your sword for meager pay, you've saved enough crowns to start your very own mercenary company. With you are 3 experienced mercenaries with whom you fought side by side in the shield wall before. A quick start into the world without any particular advantages or disadvantages. So, as you can see, this is default. Easy for beginners, and just by itself. But by no means this game is not easy. Even in beginners, you'll struggle. And Jesus Christ, you're gonna regret even playing this game. But as long as you're having fun and think through your moves, you'll be alright. So see, you can choose your banner, your complete name, and late game increases. That means after a certain amount of days, some kind of crisis will happen. Either the noble houses will have war, greenskins, that is orcs and goblins, will wage wars and pillage everything they see, or undead scourge, where the undead will come back to the living world to do their thing. I personally like undead scourge, surge. I don't know, just because I like fighting undead. Greenskins can be tough bag of nails, especially goblins. Noble houses, well, for them, I don't know. I just don't know. As you can see, I gave my company a name, Dievturi. That's just Baltic religion, as we would speak of it if you wish in a later video. Next, economic difficulty. That's how much how difficult it would be. The economy in the world. Let's. I don't know. Let's. For this video, I will do this on veteran, since I've already played this game a couple of times on beginner, but hey, everyone starts somewhere. Combat difficulty, veteran. Yeah, the enemies will be tougher, and starting funds, how much money we'll have on the start, and map seed. I don't know. If you wish, you can do whatever you want. Write everything. I don't really know what that does. Unexplored map, you know, the fog of war, where you need to explore the map to obtain the knowledge where is what. And Iron Man, that's where you have a limited amount of save files. So just because I want to continue to play this game with you guys, I'm not gonna do an Iron Man, or at least just this once. And here we are, the Dievturi. You soak in the cool morning air as the sun slowly rises, so does a new chapter in your life begin. After years of blooding your sword for meager pay, you've saved enough crowns to start your very own mercenary company. You are Roderick, Gustav, and Evold, with whom you fought before side by side in the shield wall. You are their commander now, the leader of Dievturi. As you travel the lands, you should hire new men in the villages and cities to fill your ranks, many who, of their services, will have never picked up a weapon before. Maybe they are desperate, maybe they are greedy or quick spoils of war. Most of them will die on the battlefield, but do not be discouraged. Such as mercenaries of life, and the next top village will always have new men eagerly looking for a new start in life. The lands are dangerous these times. Robbers and pillagers lay in ambush by roads. Wild beasts roam the dogs of the forests, and orc tribes are restless beyond boundaries of civilization. There are rumors, even of dark magic being at work, the dead rising from their graves and walking again. There is plenty of opportunity to earn good money, whether by taking on contracts you can find in villages, cities, all over the land, or by venturing out on your own to explore and raid. Your men look to you to give command. They live and die for Dievturi now. As you can see, we start here, and map is completely unexplored. Now, as you can see, this is our faction and relations with factions, with houses. The more they will add more. House of Bartholin by laws and arms. House Bartholin is hated by many, but feared by even more. A number of small and big uprisings have put down fire and sword, and the Bartholin henchmen are known to have eyes in every shady corner and ears in every wall. The family's ancestral home of Wolfenstein is swarming with armed guards, sniffing war dogs and bulky mercenaries to protect their paranoid leaders. House of Fulsach. Always watchful, the House of Fulsach holds high the principles of justice and honor, and without irrational rulings their region has prospered. Their reputation may be peaceful, but Fulsach Knight are battle-hardened, and their troops will ferociously fight anyone threatening their realm. Subordination or principles. Many nobles envy their wealth and ridicule their principles. House Bartholomew especially holds more or less overt grudge against those foolish. House of Hayden. Separate of the house honest. Separate the honest from the useful. Trading and haggling can be just as fierce as fighting a war. And the House of Hayden is a true master of cunning and bargain. Rumor has it that many profitable deal made by House Hayden is not only based on honest trading, but also bribery, extortion, and deception. The family resides in the Pompous region, capital of Luxembourg. But despite their unmeasurable riches, they are known to be notoriously close-fisted. Yep. So these are the houses, and we'll take their contracts. Take up their contracts from them, doing various things, from delivering package to destroying some encampment. It all depends on our renown. For now we're unknown. Well, yeah, because we're just started, and neutral. This is our starting group. For now, it always will be like this when you start. One Spearman, Brute, and a support character, as Crossbowman. I usually like putting support behind the line, so yeah. Don't get me wrong, this armor is good for starting. I might as well rename them. So this is your starting body. You can, of course, rename them by clicking their name tag and giving them a name. And you can give them a title if you wish. For now, I won't do that. Start with the basics of the food, rations, and a bandage, which is quite useful because you can easily die from laceration if you don't pay attention. You can give it to anyone. Sometimes I give it support because they can heal the front from behind. So I'll do just that. And here you can see the perks and the abilities. This is his background. Companion. You crossed paths with him a number of times prior to his joining the company. First time you were both simple laborers, the second time you were sellswords, and now here's the third go of it with him joining your company. If all goes well, he'll finally stick around this time, and you both will find the riches you seek. Let's get this with all of your starting men. And now their perks: Brave, Just keep on going. The character will bravely venture into the unknown. Yeah, plus bravery. And dexterous. Dexterous character has an easier time hitting his opponent in melee. Well, since his range is not quite useful, but if something happens, he can take out his dagger and shank someone. Gustav. Night Owl. Some characters adapt to low light conditions better than others, and this individual is especially good at it. Eagle Eyes. Blessed with the eyes of the eagle, this character can spot a fly from the hunted pace away. Lucky. This character has a natural talent for getting out of harm's way in the last second. Has a 10% chance to have any attacker require 2 successful attacks rolls in order to hit. So now we must get a contract, and luckily we got a village nearby. Compound Heaven, a big harbor city relying on trade and fishing, an important hub for travelers arriving or leaving by ship. As you can see, time goes by. Morning. The villages will be open from dawn to, well, midnight or something. So you got plenty of time to seek the money. And here is the barber. Here we can customize our characters. Yeah, here we can change their color, head shape, beard, and hair. Also tattoos. Well, these are from DLC, so don't be confused if you don't have them. And body shape. As I said, nothing will change. The combat, nothing, just the core. So I made my choice. Now we can continue on having a going to marketplace. Food, luxury items that we can sell in other cities for bigger price, and you can see the original worth. Of course, with the weapons, the worth will be completely smaller, much smaller than others. Armor, weapons, shields. After just buying some weapons and starting with armor for new companions, which could be found in here. For now, I suggest going with the cheapest ones. The more they can be, they can get better over time. So, background: a servant. Servants are often not used as hard physical labor. If life is thrown of dice, maybe some are fools to be mad rather than mice. Thorismund was kidnapped by brigands and forced to serve them every last need. He rarely made a mistake about his place in the world. One day, though, his masters invited him to a party, believing he was a guest. He showed up in his finest attire, a shirt with hemmed sleeves and billowy set of pantaloons that hit his skeletal frame well. Unfortunately, he was but a show for the party. They gave him a wooden shield and sword, threw him into an arena with wild boar, and took beats as they watched the horrific spectacle. He barely escaped the festivities. The man, though, now free of these duties, still bears a great deal of humiliation and pain from his long, hard life. Well, it's not necessary for you to read all his backstories. It's just for immersion. Here we can try it out. No, it's not really necessary, but for learning's sake, let's try it out. So, he glove-footed, afflicted with glove-foot as a child. This character still has a harder time walking than most. Built up to fatigue for each time travel. Yeah, the fatigue plays a major role in combat. But for starters, I guess we can hire him. Of course, I'm not gonna read every single backstory. No, I beg her. They're the cheapest, I'd say. But their chance of dying on the first battle is astronomical. Vegas, I'm the most determined person, and living on the street tends to be detrimental to their health. Yeah, but for now we're gonna buy them just to have a meat shield. Yes, cruel, but that's his life. Tailors are not used to hard physical labor. Tailoring is the science of colors and fabrics, by which standards Aspergern is renowned. But when he shared a sheep that did not belong to him, Aspergern was kicked out of town. Now the tailor looks for a new life, no matter where it takes him. With on nimbly aside, as Aspergern has the footwork of the sword fighter, but the sword fighting of salt breeze. Yeah, if you have money and you can afford it, I suggest buying 2 or 3 men. Asthmatic, being short of breath and prone to cough, this character takes longer to recover from fatigue than others. Yeah. But has a passion in melee defense, health, and fatigue, which can actually be good because we want to outweigh the drawback from their bad habits or characteristics, even if they have some worth, but sometimes it's just not worth it. You just don't want to use all your space in inventory. At the beginning, it's a bit small. I mean, you won't care because you won't get as much as later in the game, but it's still a factor. Let's buy our friends some armor. Well, I suggest buying some damaged clothes because they're much cheaper and you can repair them later on. Please, right now. Second. I suggest giving better armor to those who are more valuable, or at least you're starting at. So, yeah. and I suggest giving everyone a shield. If you wish, you can leave one brute for the beginning, but later on they'll be kind of useless, at least for me, because yeah, they'll drop like a flies. As you can see, there's a Fuden shield and buckler. Bucklers historically are more suitable for city guards, for them to not just walk around with full-on heavy shields, but a small buckle that can be quite effective in an urban situation. But we're not. But this is not a factor in this game, so we don't care. And shit. Don't forget other helmets. The cheapest. For now we can be a bit stingy on money because we don't have much. The back row can have the cheapest one because weakest one because they'll be on back row most of the time. Of course, you can rearrange their fighting positions, but for now, let's go with this. Right now, I do not wish to buy anything because we're out of money. Well, at least for me. Tower. Yeah, you can share here on news, but it's not so useful. So I suggest ignoring all this altogether. I mean, maybe someone will suggest reading all this, but for me, I haven't seen anything useful. And here you can pay around for your men. That means they'll be fed some ale. And that will boost their morale. See, sometimes that they're worth your money. Better morale, the better chance they'll be more brave, and more bravery means more chance of hitting the enemy. And for opposite will be, well, yeah. But sometimes you get unlucky and get someone drunk, like a Baltimore. Unfortunately, now he'll be what? Drunk. He'll have a better resolve, but everything else goes down. And tomorrow he might have a good chance of headache that is bad too. But for now, we'll deal with it. He'll deal with it. Nobody cares. Yeah. So, if by any chance someone wants to give them a name for our new friends, go ahead. Maybe I'll give them and rename them just to amuse you guys. Temple. This is like a hospital. If we sustain some kind of damage, it's not permanent. Here we can pay monks to heal our men. That they will help our wounds to heal much faster. Mostly they will heal either tomorrow or in 2 days. At least I can think of. Harbor. Here we can see the connected harbors that are around the city. So Neelvik, Steinhaven, Mervik, Grottenhaven. But since we want to preserve our money, we'll I have to go on foot. Don't worry, your men won't get tired. You can make camps if you want, but it's completely useless. So, yeah, seek the nearest town, or better be village, because towns will be, in towns there are nobles, and they currently don't give a crap about us. Now, let's get a move on. Be wary, you can be ambushed from forests. And if you get if you have a battle in some kind of region, like marshes or snow or hell, woods, the scenery will change upon where you got attacked or where you were attacking. As you can see, we're in Steinhaven. If here we have two contracts, like the house offers us housemaster or negotiations. Horst of Steinhaven is looking out his window. When you find him, there's a goblet in his hand, and there's nothing but silence outside. He turns to you, almost somber. When you came here, did you realize how quiet it was? You remarked that you did, but you yourself who looks the part. It's just what you are accustomed to. Host of Steinhaven nods and takes a drink. Of course. Unfortunately, it isn't that people are afraid of you. Not this time. We have had people being attacked these past weeks. Beasts of some sort of are on the loose. We know not what they are, but only they take. We've placed with our Lord, of course, but he was done nothing. He's done nothing to help us. His next drink is a long one. When he finishes, he turns to you, empty cup in hand. Would you go hunt these monsters down? Please tell us what help us. So basically, there can be two monsters. Dire wolves, they were just like werewolves with dire. They can easily outpower you. And then there's those name I cannot pronounce. They can eat anything and get stronger with every meal. For now, we don't want fighting with them anyhow. We want more. They want to give us more. We can accept, think about it. Of course, this time we won't. Or decline completely. And the second one, and which is the same thing, but offers more. Oh wait, no, it's not. Yeah, sometimes you want to read, but in the end, you get information to obtain forefather scroll a third over stones. No problem. In that area there can be undead. And knowing undead, they're just a nightmare to fight with. Especially with skeletons. The regular undead, well, we can somehow manage them. But because this is that terrible, I'd say we think about it and leave. Usually we want to find some kind of like a package delivery that can be quite fast and pays, well, somewhat well. Well, now we just go somewhere else. As I said, there can be ambushes or not ambushes. Just roaming brigands. At the beginning, there'll be just brigands. Regular brigands, like thugs. They are poorly equipped and poorly trained, so they won't be much of a threat. These are legionaries. They're neutral. And I'm suggesting thinking about touching them, because you'll be demolished and will perish just from one look of them. And here it is, our new ambition. It falls to you, the commander, to see that the company succeeds not just on the battlefield, but also in fame and riches. And so you spend the evening pondering about a bigger plan for the delivery in your tent while men talk and laugh around the fire. You never going to become a legend simply by chasing brigands and doing small town contracts. What do you proclaim to the men the company will set out to do? So you got two choices at the beginning. We need allies form a bond of friendship and trust, but one of the towns will get the company better prices, more volunteers, and more steady work. Or let's set out into the wilderness, discover the unknown, and wander way that resorts to goblin camp or aught else we might find. Yeah, I would suggest choosing that. For now, we will make friends. At least with one. And when we'll finish our friendship, gather our friendship, our mission will be completed and we'll be in good spirits. Well, at least not for long after we get in battles. See here, a staff sling. It's good for beginning, so I'll take it for now. And it classifies as the throwing weapon, same as tomahawks and javelins. But tomahawks and javelins have a certain amount how many you can throw. But with sling staff, there's rocks everywhere, so yeah, it's unlimited, but less effective. So yeah, two-handed. Honestly, tomahawks and javelins are outweigh this weapon tenfold, at least from my perspective. So, but giving your allies, your company, front row throwing weapons is a good idea, since the enemies will attack you, and while they're attacking, you can weaken them while they're attacking. Simple, right? Well, when we get to the, we can see this. We'll see. For now, we'll just move along and seek another town. And you can see footsteps. Most likely that was the legionaries of that town. Of course, you can make time go faster but sometimes it's better to go a bit slower to keep an eye on where we're going, and if there's surrounding ambushes around you, just being careful is a good idea. So we're at Crouchtown, something, and here's the package. Bert the treasurer's got his feet up on his table. When you enter, he puts his hands behind his head, looking a little too relaxed for your tastes. Good tidings, Captain. What say you take a leave from all that killing and dying? He rises an eyebrow at your response, which is preciously not at all. Huh, I figured you'd jump on opportunity. No matter it was a lie, I need you to take a certain package to Erwin of the Copenhagen, a fellow resident in Copenhagen. This cargo has unboundedly garnered some ill intentions eyes, which is why I need your men watching it for me. If you're interested, which you should be, let's talk numbers. That's just bargain for a bigger price. You can see you can get paid advance, but since it's low threat level, you'll be paid just meager pay. But still, it's much more safer than guarding a caravan. Yeah, because caravan will go on its own way, but you cannot stray from the path, and if there's an enemy that is right over your feet, you won't escape. If by any chance, maybe, but you can't move at all. Now we accept it, and now we need to find this Copenhagen, maybe, and here it is. If we haven't had a fog of war, it must be much easier to find the city we must travel to. And luckily, the city what we need is already discovered, and we don't need to shamble around looking for the right city, because that'll take so much time. Yes, it's boring, but I suggest play safe in the beginning, because you won't beat up the starting enemies, at least easily. Negotiation. Follow near, and we must follow the footsteps and kill the brigands. Easy, you might think. Well, kind of, compared to other things you could get. Well, yeah, it's kind of easy. So accept the contract and move on looking for those brigands. Because he doesn't have a headache. That's good. Right now, let's follow the footsteps and find those robbers. As you can see, you can cross the rivers, at least the way where it's much more shallow. And the brigands are at the marshes. Yep. If they had if they attack us, we'll be in good advantage, because when they will attack, they'll be much more slower, and we'll be able to kill them with much more ease. Now starts the combat. We can press wait to let them come a bit closer. We can skip this. It will take much more movement for them to use. Slings, as I said, are not a bad thing, but this could be better. Spear wall is good at the beginning, but after that, it's the only way it can be useful when you're fighting the undead. See, I can find fire, so it's just going someone there. This guy is dazed, and probability of him hitting you is much lower. Well, as you can see, he started and can't really do much. He has to stand unusually. That's bad. Chance that they didn't die. Hopefully. You'll lose friends, but this is the life of Brigade, your company. Just deal with it. chance to hit him. Hit takers. He's the turn. And we're done. Oh, that was a good battle. But we lost a good bunch of money. But I hope it will all play. The battle is done, and the rare coin collection was easy to find amongst the corpses of your enemies. You should probably return the Wallerman of Copenhagen for your just reward. And now we return. For now, we can take it. Let's see. No, caravans are not needed because, as I said, it's real dangerous with them and it's too much risk to take. Oh, forgot to mention we could repair those weapons and stuff. But since we didn't have any materials, we could ignore that. And now, this is the best good part. Leveling up and granting perks. For a front row, I love granting them a perk of Colossus. Bring it on. Hit points are increased by 25%, which also reduces the chance of sustain debilitating injuries when losing a hit. Being hit. See? Now I have more health. Yeah. And in the future, fighting brigands, especially the thugs, will be much easier, and it'll be like swapping a bag of chips away. And the back row, I love giving them advantage in learning, for them to learn faster. But for now, let's give them skill points. Luckily, he's good at this defense type, and fatigue gaining is important, but so does everything else. But from what I saw, I guess I could take it to fatigue this time. Yeah. Look at those prices. Yeah, it's just going to the next town and forget about it. Let's buy some new. Quite long has spent untold days worshipping the old gods in the Copenhagen's monastery. Unfortunately, a child accused him of behavior unbecoming of a monk. Nobody knows the truth behind the story, but Eric did not last much longer at the church. While Eric's spirituality is to be commended, the constant mirroring the old gods are a bit annoying. This yeah, that can happen. Well, we need the front row, so I guess we'll have to put you in the front. Give him good honor. Graphite. We don't have much of an armor. Give him this, that. Oh, this too is expensive. this will do. Yeah. Well, for now, I think we can stop here. And maybe next time we'll have a bit more to do. So, yeah, this was the Mustache Man, and